Hello, and welcome to our DogBizPro help video series. In this video, we will be explaining how to manually register clients for already scheduled classes. To start, you would just want to navigate to your training module like I'm showing here. And once inside of your training module, you can either click on the Calendar tab or the Classes tab to find the class in question. For this video, we will search for that class inside of our Classes tab. Once inside your Classes tab page, all you should have to do is set up the search parameters, click the search button, and you should be able to find that class in the search results appearing down below. You would just want to click on the class in question in order to be brought to that class's specific page. Once you're inside of that specific class page, you should be able to see all the clients currently registered for that class showing inside of the Class Registration tab. So again, I'm inside the Registration tab and I can see the clients that are currently registered for this class. If you wanted to manually register a client for this class, then you would just want to click on the Add a Class Registration icon, and that should open up your registration window. And from inside of this window, you should be able to actually register that client. The first text box showing inside of this window is the client autofill text box. You should be able to type in the client name in question and select that client from the autofill down below. The next area is the class dropdown. This dropdown will by default be set to show the class that you are currently viewing. However, if for some reason you wanted to change the class, it could be done here. So if for whatever reason I wanted to change this to say a modularized class, I can do that. And if you notice, that's set up to attend a different class now. And if you notice, there's actually a start and graduation date showing because again, that's for a modularized class. For this video, I will switch back to the example class and just continue through with that registration. The next section showing inside of this window is the dog drop-down box. This drop-down box will show all the dogs that are currently attached to this client's account and are set up to attend training. So if I wanted to attach a dog, I would just click the dog in question, and if you notice, the cost will automatically populate and some additional fields will populate down below. As I mentioned, the cost will auto-populate, but you have the option to manually change the registration amount if you wanted to. So if for whatever reason you only wanted to charge this client $10 for that registration, you could go ahead and do that. In the additional section that is showing down below, you'd be able to apply a credit, apply a prepayment, automatically create an invoice, etc. So if the client had a valid credit on their account, you could actually click this Use Credit checkbox in order to actually apply a credit towards this registration. If they did not have a valid credit on their account, that Use Credit checkbox would actually not even be showing for them. If the client had an available prepayment on their account, you could actually click the Use Credit/Prepayment checkbox in order to actually apply prepayment towards this registration. If you didn't want to apply prepayment, you could actually leave this checkbox unchecked, and again, no prepayment would be getting applied. Next, you should be able to see a checkbox titled Automatically Create Invoice for this registration. This would allow you to automatically create an invoice for this registration. If you did not check this checkbox, then the client's account would still be charged for this registration, but the charged transaction would not yet be attached to an invoice. So again, if you wanted to automatically create an invoice for this registration, you would just want to make sure to check that checkbox. Just below that checkbox is another option called Automatically Email the Invoice for this registration. If I had the above checkbox checked, I could actually check this checkbox as well to actually email that invoice directly to the client. If I didn't want to email that invoice, I could leave it unchecked, but again, if I wanted to, I could check this checkbox in order to do so. The last two drop-down boxes are the Apply Discount and Apply Payment drop-down boxes. If you want to apply a discount to this registration, you could use this drop-down and select a discount in order to actually apply a discount towards this registration. If the client has a discount attached to their account, it would automatically be applied to this section here, but you'd be able to unselect it if you wanted to. If you wanted to manually apply payment towards this registration, you could use the Apply Payment drop-down, select your payment method, and again, that would apply full payment towards this registration. If you didn't want to apply payment towards this registration, you can leave that at blank, and then again, you could go in and apply payment at a later date, or the client could apply payment right from the client registration portal, as long as it was attached to an invoice. Once you're finished setting up this registration, you could actually click the Save button in order to actually create that registration. You should now be able to see that registration showing on the class registration list down below. And hopefully that helps and explains how to manually register clients for a class.